This is the DAR Today podcast, and I'm your host, Brooke Bullmaster Stewart. Well, welcome. We're filming in the kitchen again. I love that comment that somebody made the last time we did this. They said, hey, when Brooke's filming in her kitchen, let's have coffee together. So here we go. So welcome to the second week in September. I know autumn is zooming up upon us and all of our chapters are getting ready, doing exciting activities. And if you live in a place where it doesn't necessarily indicate that it's autumn by the changing of the seasons, well, just look and see whether or not there's pumpkin spice flavored everything being sold somewhere. So that's kind of like how it is here. But we are so happy to have you along. Have you noticed that recent announcement? It was kind of exciting, and we wanted to bring it up in this podcast about how the DAR has been approved as an official charity by the Combined Federal Campaign, or the CFC. That means that this year, DAR will be able to participate in one of the largest and most successful workplace charity campaigns in the world. The CFC connects federal employees and retirees with the causes they care about most. Throughout its 60-year history, the CFC has helped the federal community raise over $8.7 billion for charity. And now the DAR can tap into this massive wellspring of support from the millions of federal employees, postal workers, members of the armed services, and retirees who give so generously each campaign season. With these funds, we can continue our critical work preserving history, fostering patriotism, and educating future leaders about the patriots who founded our great country and the values that inspired them. To find out more about this, how you can participate, more details, check out the DAR blog post from August 29th, or you can check the link in the show notes. So as school is starting up in our communities, our focus goes towards literacy. What are the ways that your chapter in your state are looking to help out and advance literacy in your communities? Many may know this, but some might not. We have many committees within the DAR that are working towards education and promoting literacy, and one of them, coincidentally, is the Literacy Promotion Committee. The work that daughters are doing within this committee is amazing. Under the leadership of Allison Holland, the national chair, during the Wright administration. Daughters have done an amazing job providing financial support and books to students across the country. Members and chapters provided $376,475.33 in funding and 350,231 books in support of literacy projects in schools and communities. In the category of financial support, the Southeastern Division donated more than $122,000, and the East Central Division of the United States donated the largest amount of books, more than 19,000. To see the contributions of each region of the United States, check out the Literacy Promotion page on our members' website. And also, while you're there, check out the Stars and Stripes newsletter. The link is there, and it'll also be, of course, in the show notes. An incredible newsletter that focuses on many different aspects of our DAR activities. It highlights literacy promotion, of course, American heritage, American history, commemorative events, historic preservation, and the DAR Today podcast committee. And you can find the link, of course, to the Stars and Stripes newsletter on any of the committee pages that I mentioned. Everything you do makes a difference. And we'll be talking with Mrs. Holland later on in a couple of months on our podcast. I think it'll be a wonderful episode, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. But today, we are going to be talking all about our membership. And I think you might be surprised to hear a couple of the things that our National Chair of Membership, Laura Druker, has to say. So one other quick note about this podcast is we're going to be taking the DAR Today podcast on the road. My husband and I are going to be going on a 2-month-long road trip around the country. Really excited. We're going to be going through 32 states, talking with members all over, and we're really excited to meet so many of you. So you're going to find me recording and coming to you from all over the country. It's going to be really fun. So we're going to jump right into that interview now. But before we do, remember to like and subscribe to this podcast, hit that notification bell. And again, hey, thank you so much for being here with us today. Well, Laura Druker, thank you so much for being here with us today. You are the Membership Committee National Chair, and it's just such a great pleasure to talk with you today.
It is so exciting to be here. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm looking forward to talking about my favorite topic, membership.
Me too. So tell us, I think a lot of people think they know, right, about the Membership Committee, and but why don't you tell us something that I think a lot of people might not know?
You know, membership is one of those things that we cover a lot of territory in the committee, and it's not as defined as other committees, where in some committees you do very specific tasks, where in membership we cover three main areas. One is membership recruitment, the other is membership engagement, and the final one would be retention. But that is broad and vast, and really each chapter can tailor it to what their needs are.
Now, some chapters don't have a membership committee chair in their chapter. Tell us, what could somebody being a membership chair in their chapter, what could they do for the chapter?
A membership chair could do many things to support the chapter officers, and it really depends on the need of the chapter. One area would be to support the registrar. She could support the goals of the chapter regent. Quite often it pops up that during membership renewal, she could support the treasurer, or later on, or at other times, I should say, she could support the vice regent, maybe planning activities.
That's exactly right. I agree because when you think about it, your membership is so much more than just your application, right? I think a lot of times we think, oh, membership, well, okay, we have a registrar, we don't need one. But your membership is not just your application, right?
Membership is really broad, and it's so much more than just the initial moments of a person's DAR journey. It continues throughout her membership experience. So we do tend to think of it as that moment when she expresses interest. And by far, that's probably where most chapters do use a membership chair. Quite often, she's the person who reaches out and says, welcome to our chapter. Welcome to the process. Here's when our next meeting is. We would love to have you. Hey, and by the way, would you want to meet for coffee? The difference being that a registrar, really her responsibility is to work on the application. We would hope that our registrars are also warm and welcoming, but they're going to be asking different questions. The registrar is going to be asking about your lineage, and do you have this paperwork, and talking about the application process, where a membership chair or committee member could be getting to know that member and figure out where she could be engaged in the chapter. You know, we might discover that she's an accountant, so you have a future treasurer, or you might find out like, hello, we have a web page designer, yay. so, um, so working with the registrar is great, and I think the registrar, once they get used to the process, will find that that will allow her to really focus on that big job that our registrars do. It's important, and if it's a way we can support them.
I love that you brought it up that way because of the talents that each new member brings, right? Because the numbers, yes, we want to add to the numbers of our chapter, but why? Because it adds that exciting part of you never know what that new member might bring to your chapter, besides being a friend to you in the long run, but they might be a guru at social media or who knows what. Like you mentioned, they might be a potential treasurer down the line. You never know.
Truly, we have such a diverse population in our membership. So naturally, our new members are bringing a diverse set of personalities and talents and skills and interests. So it's kind of fun to be out there and meeting them and, helping them, become part of the chapter.
You're right. And speaking of which, of adding numbers to the chapter, usually the membership committee has new initiatives. Will you tell us about yours?
We have a couple going on this year. The first one is our more traditional membership initiative, where we have some sort of challenge to all of our chapters. And it's actually two-part this year. Last year's went so well that we are continuing to do that. So that one would be, we are asking chapters to have 4 or more new members in 2024. And that would include reinstatements that are for members that maybe haven't had an active membership in the last few years. So anybody that gets 4 or more, they've succeeded in that challenge. So the second half of our main challenge is that we are asking chapters to bring in 1 more new member than they did in the year before. So if you had 3 new members in 2023, then 4 new members in 2024 would, be successful. For those that maybe had 10, we're going to ask you to get 11. Those big chapters that got a lot, we're going to ask you to get 1 more too. So that's just kind of a fun, let's turn it up, 1 more than the year before. We just launched a new initiative in June for chapters that had 50 or less members at the beginning of this year. And this is a special initiative where they have the ability to have their name put in a drawing for $150 to be used at the DAR store for chapter supplies. And budgets are tight. So $150, especially for a small chapter, can be helpful. And to qualify, for every 2 members that they have from January to November 5th that are new to the chapter, their name, the chapter name, will go into a drawing for this gift certificate. And we have 76 of these to give away. Wow. Which is quite significant. Now, a chapter can only win once. Fair enough. But you have more than one opportunity. Let's suppose you have 4 new members. We're going to put the chapter's name in twice. 8 new members, 4 times. So we're hoping that you're all out there and those new members are coming in, because it will make me very happy to send an email to your chapter.
That's great. And I think those entries get put in automatically. Is that correct?
They do. So after November 5th, we will pull the information and, put those names in so that we can do that drawing. As you're out there and looking for new members, keep in mind that sometimes it is simple as just asking. That was my personal story. I had been a high school counselor for 10 years, and I was going to the Good Citizens Luncheon. And for 10 years, I would say, I could be a member. I could be a member. Now, I didn't personally say, I want to be a member to you. But finally, Alice turned to me and said, well, why don't you? And within 2 weeks, my application was done. And I am now been a member for 10 years.
Are you kidding? That is amazing. I think about our own school awards, and you think about those people who come and they help and they, are there to shake the award recipient's hand. And it's like, it's just a matter of asking, isn't it? And look at you.
It is. And I do say sometimes I give out my information, but we really should ask that prospective member that says, I could be a member. It's like, can I get your information?
Absolutely.
I walk away sometimes and they go, oh, I should have got her information.
Well, that's great, Laura. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to see what comes of those initiatives. And we just love talking about membership because, of course, we love our members. It's all about members. You come for honoring your patriot, right? Like you were saying earlier, but you stay for the friendships. And that's the really important thing here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It is my favorite topic to talk about. So it was fun to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you. One of the best ways to ensure members don't have to worry about their membership status as they age is through life membership. Being a life member establishes continuance of membership and assures the member of a permanent association with this society. A member of any age can become a life member, younger, older, it doesn't matter. So if you're a member who's under the age of 65, just complete both the application and contribution, and you're considered a pending life member. You would also be eligible to purchase the Life Member Pin. In fact, you might have an idea of what a typical life member, pending or not, is like, but we heard from a few of our members about their life membership and thought it would be fun to share with you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Findeis, Michigan daughter, and I'm a pending life member.
My name is Katrina. I'm from the District of Columbia, and I'm a pending life member.
I became a life member because I wanted to ensure that my DAR membership was never stopped for any reason, but also because I wanted to make things simpler. 65 isn't that far away, and I just knew that my national dues would be taken care of.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Michigan, and I am a pending life member.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm from Maine, and I am a life member.
Hi, I'm Allison Holland, and I'm a life member.
Hi, I'm Laura, and I'm a Michigan daughter, and I am very proud to be a pending life member.
The monetary contribution you make as a life member is placed in the Life Membership Fund. See the Life Membership section of our website for details on how your life membership is paid for after you reach the age of 65. Life membership is a way to prevent the loss of membership status. Sometimes families may not understand how important their DAR membership is to a daughter. For more information, visit the Membership Committee page on the members' website. You can download the Life Membership Guidelines and the Life Membership application to get started. Well, we leave you today with this quote by George Washington. It was from a book he wrote in 1737 entitled 110 Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Well, thanks for listening, and be well, dear friends. Let's celebrate the stars and stripes forever, and remember, with all of your ancestors behind you, you are the result of the love of thousands. This podcast was written and produced by our incredible team of writers and editors, and we are, as always, so grateful for President General Pamela Edwards Rouse Wright and Historian General Suzanne Heskey for their constant guidance. To Laura Druker, Elizabeth Findeis, Andi Tart, Lisa Hood, Katrina Sarlin, Liz Hotchkiss, and Allison Holland for being so generous with their time. The National Society Daughters of the American Revolution is a nonprofit, non-political volunteer women's service organization dedicated to preserving our American history, securing the nation's future through better education, and promoting American patriotism. Members are all lineal descendants of those who supported the cause of independence in the Revolutionary War. For more information, please visit dar.org. This is the DAR Today podcast.